Hello and welcome to Channel 42. I'm your host, Foxy One, and today I'm covering an episode by Locke The Bounty Hunter. It's titled Modern Woman Melts Down Over Makeup. He's also talking about some of this social media stuff that's going on, and that's what I'm reviewing. The first clip here is a woman talking about social media. Let's get into it.
Hey guys, so when are we going to talk about the fact that men not having social media is the red flag? Because that is the bad place, and I will talk about it.
Big surprise there, she's going to talk about it. That's kind of the problem, and why a lot of men apparently don't have social media. Because you're going to talk about it. You talk about everything.
A man with no social media and a drinking problem. Wait, what? Who said? It's just like grow up and get your own social media. Like I don't know what, like, you think you're too cool? You think you're too cool for social media? Guess what? It's not cool to have social media. Wait, not cool to not have social media, okay? Like, what do you mean you're not gonna understand my cute little fun little silly references? Like, you know, like what's happening here? You're gonna make me look stupid? No, you're not.
I don't even know how to comment to that one. No, you're not going to make us look stupid, but you have social media as females, and that's what you gravitate to and spend a lot of time doing. We as men are a little more into things that are involved. You know, like those armchair quarterbacks. I am not one of such of those, but there are men who are very much into that sort of thing, and they're involved. They know all the stats and everything, and you're into social media that actually requires a lot less thought process than a lot of what men are into. You know, like gaming and the statics of a game, that type of thing. You have social media, we have gaming. What's the problem, babe? And I got this length of hair that keeps wanting to stick up. I'm a Nazarite, so I avoid hair products, but I'm gonna have to get some mousse.
Well, I got some good news for you there, sister. There is no way that any man exists on this earth could ever possibly make you look more stupid than what you're doing right now. You got that department well covered, and we're not about to compete for that particular promotion. The reason why there are so many men out there who refuse to do the social media thing is because it's a complete waste of friggin' time. Social media does nothing but increase the risk of coming down with a terminal case of soul cancer, and we're too busy living our lives and working to bother posting references to Gossip Girl or whatever romantic comedy that you base your entire life on. Besides, even if that guy did have a social media presence, you just rip into him for spending too much time online and not wasting it on you. And even if that wasn't the case, who friggin' cares? Social media has pretty much lowered the bar when it comes to intellectual bonding that it's practically down there with dinosaur bones. For the most part, it's just cluttered with memes that are made by leftist idiots, selfies from average women who insist on wearing those stupid star stickers to hide their obvious acne.
What's with the white stuff on her face? Did she cut herself shaving her Wookiee face off? She got one up here and one down here, kind of like what a man would have after shaving with a razor, got a little bleeder. Is she using those to cover up her acne? Is that what he nailed it on? They aren't star stickers, at least I don't think they look like stars, but did she cut herself shaving? Inquiring minds want to know.
And like the men who don't have social media, they act all like high and mighty, like about like, oh, I don't have social media. I don't do that. I don't know what a doom scroll is. Oh no, my table. What?
Okay, it's true. I don't really have social media. I'm on Rumble, I'm on YouTube. Thinking about getting on Instagram, but fear and better judgment have, kind of delayed that. But I don't know what a doom scroll is. I do know what doom is. I mean, outside of the doom from dating a woman like that, who outside of those 2 white spots on her face from shaving, you notice, and I'm going to cover this video, it's called hand pecking. She does this hand pecking, and this tuber nailed it. Watch throughout the clip of her, she's doing this hand pecking in various things, and maybe I'll stick some clips in there from the hand pecking guy to identify it for you, because she is definitely doing the hand pecking. And to me, a doom scroll would have something to do with the game Doom, back when that was played. I don't know, is it still around? I play Ultima Online anymore, because I'm old and it's old, and I like it.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
I bet you're wondering how America got here. Well, it all started with bird hands. That's right, America went straight down the tubes as soon as it started letting cranky, dissatisfied women from a 3 to a 6 make these naggy little henpeck gestures on TikTok. I know, it sounds crazy, but let's go back to the beginning. See, a long time ago, people used to understand that women were violent too. A man will just come out in the open and punch you in the nose, but women are small and weak, so they just lie about being victims until someone else does it for them. And that makes all the simps crawl out of the woodwork and do their bidding, like the bugs they are. We used to understand this, and nagging women used to get punished. For other stuff too. This one's called the scold's bridle. It makes it so she can't talk. But nowadays, women can do whatever they want, whenever they want. And if you so much as point it out, guess what? You're the bad guy. Tell me that ain't crazy. What's all this gotta do with bird hands? Everything. The Whatever podcast asked, why do they always do the hand thing, referring to this little henpeck gesture that girls have been making with their hands? And I thought I'd bring you the answer. Here it is. So the hand thing that the TikTok girls are doing is the hands are closed and pointed at you. And it means, you better listen to me. I am telling you. Me. This is what you believe now. Me. What Trump does is the open hands, double open hands, and he moves them around a lot. I am listening to you. I understand your needs. When the hands are open towards yourself, it means listen to me. I'm begging you, listen to me. Almost like you're doing the open hands for the other person. You would never do this with that. You would never say, please listen to me. I'm begging you. You see how that doesn't match? So the hand signals they're not nothing. They're unconscious. Like if you just let your hands do what they want while you're talking, they'll sort of do some of the talking for you. So the fact that the TikTok girls are all doing this is a bad sign. It means they're at the end of their rope, in my opinion, and they're just going like, do what I want, do what I want. So that's how women are doing, I guess. And yeah, it's always the women who are falling off the bottom first. It's the ones who are the most susceptible to social change.
Also a firm believer that men who don't have social media don't smell good. And it's like, also, wait, what do you mean you're not going to post me on your non-existent account? Huh?
I smell a patchouli.
Let me know your thoughts about this, because I think that's the most, if you don't have social media, goodbye. Sorry. Hot take.
Goodbye. So long, farewell, Avita's and adieu to you, and you, and you, and you, and you're a good boy. Yeah, I wouldn't date a chick like that anyways, and my advice to men, yeah, avoid at all costs. Watch for the hand pecking thing and the way she does it, because she's a big girl with her big girl pants on, and she's gonna want to dominate the relationship, because she's, a problem looking for a place to happen. Avoid at all costs.
You're more concerned over the idea that you just want endless attention from the electronic population of complete strangers than you are about what this dude does with his time. So rest assured, sweetheart, that man doesn't use social.
Okay, Loki freaking nailed it. They're attention chippies. They want that attention. They're on their, what is it, Tinder and Hinged and whatever, just looking for that validation. Can't argue with Loki, he's right. Spot on the nose. He's right. Or to use an industry term, he's dead on, Gould's accurate. Thank you for watching my content here on Channel 42. Please like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it, and turn on those notifications. If you're a girl 21 years of age or less, check out the video Date Fox Wild, Hunting a Unicorn. And for novels by Fox Wild, there's information down below in the description on where to read those. And if you'd consider supporting me directly, that information is also directly down below in the description. And that's paypal.me/foxwild42. Thank you for watching again. Please like and subscribe and turn on notifications. Semper Fi, Semper Paratus.
I finally went on my first date for 2025. We met on Hinge, we kind of hit it off talking about psychology, which is one of my special interests, and then we took it off app to schedule a date for Friday. He was like, "Are you adventurous?" Well, it really depends what we're talking about. He's like, "I don't like dinner dates, and because you live so close to the lake, why don't we meet at the lake, have a campfire, roast some marshmallows, and just talk?" That sounds like it's straight out of a true crime documentary. Like, I'm not even paranoid, but that feels very unsafe.
I'm from Minnesota, man. That's a basic in making s'mores. Around here, you ask a girl to go to the lake and roast some marshmallows, odds are she's gonna say, "I'll bring the Hershey's and the graham crackers. You build the fire and bring the mallows and the sticks." And you related that to true crime? How about true Minnesota class up here in the North Woods? Of course, we live a bit different than you do in the big city.
Woman, it is a scientific fact that's been proven by the science that the true crime garbage that you're regularly consuming are dramas, not documentaries.
If you want to watch real crime documentaries, you need to watch Dr. Henry Lee, and he will tell you what is indicative of a real crime.
And he asked me, "Do you have a lot of bad experiences?" No, but I'm not gonna start now. So he kind of got the hint. He was like, "Okay, yeah, maybe that wasn't the best first date idea." So he skipped.
Honestly, she sounds like a bad experience. Just my thoughts.
No, but I'm not gonna start now. So he kind of got the hint. He was like, "Okay, yeah, maybe that wasn't the best first date idea." So he scheduled a reservation at a restaurant near me, and we met up on Friday. The conversation flowed. It was very comfortable. There are a lot of things that I like about him. One thing that he made very, very clear was the physical part of a relationship is very important to him, which I agree with. However, it's not usually a conversation that needs to be brought up on the first date. Kind of made it feel off.
Was he really being that forward? Yes, I guess he said physical intimacy is something he's definitely looking for, and I can understand that. I was married, and I know when she opens her mouth and that little light comes on, what that means. Just saying.
But you can't judge the guy for being upfront with his intentions. He's just looking to smash and you're not, so that should be the end of it. But no, you have to go online and bitch about this guy's intentions as if that's going to solve anything except give you endless amounts of validation, because that's just your...
And that is exactly why most men aren't doing social media. Because, well, we see what you do with it, and it's this video. You just rail on men. Why would we want to be a part of that? It's kind of like myself as a Jew wanting to voluntarily go into a concentration camp. Not.
It was the normal, like, "Yes, it was a good time, love to see you again." And then the next day, he's like, "I don't have kids, let's get together tonight." And I'm like, "What did you have in mind?" And he goes, "Well, I don't think you're gonna like my ideas." Well, you don't know until you tell me. And he's like, "Well, we could meet at my house and have dessert and go in the hot tub. We could stargaze outside, or we could go to the lake and have a campfire." And I'm like, "Oh."
To me, that sounds like an honest time. Fun time. Sounds like it would be nice, relaxing. A hot tub? The dude has his own hot tub? Come on. You seriously weren't into that? No, probably looking for some money first. Want to get that high-end dinner date in. Hot tub. I'm definitely down for a hot tub. It's getting a little tit-bit nipply out here in Minnesota, so yeah. I'm always down for a hot tub. Maybe she's just plain frigid and she doesn't want to de-thaw or unfreeze or thaw out.
You don't understand that we don't have the rapport yet. The safety, the trust, it's not there. And it just wasn't clicking for the guy. Even though I was continually saying, I want to meet in a public place, he wasn't getting it. And so cut it off right then and there. Not willing to.
Remember earlier in the video when she said, he asked her if she'd had some bad experiences in the past or not. She said, no, no, no. Yet, the psychiatrist in me, Dr. Sigmund Freud, I've read a lot of this stuff, studied it. Now, her standoffishness, to me, is kind of indicative of someone who's had what they perceive as a bad experience. Whether or not it actually was, in the female mind, they can make it one. How, you ask? Well, by the gaggle of girls they hang around with and they talk about it, and then they convince them that that was a bad time, that was a dangerous situation, or whatever, on their opinion. Gets into the single women keep other women single type of mindset. Because she's still going out with the guy, yet she's given all the signals that she's had some kind of bad experience. And the way she's doing it, to my self-educated mind, my audiocratic mind, sounds like she's been convinced that some of the situations she's been in were a little bit bad or risque by her friends. Comment below if you think I'm right.
So cut it off right then and there. Not willing to pursue anything else with the guy.
So she cut it off with him. And this is a lot of the reason why so many men aren't willing to chase or pursue and date women, because you send a lot of mixed signals. He might have been a really good guy for you, but who knows? But there's always the hand pecking. That's a definite indicator that, yeah, probably more trouble than she's worth. And she cut it off with him, and the guy's obviously trying to put forth some romantic intentions, and yeah, it's not in a public place. I don't like being in public places. Maybe he's an introvert. Did you ever consider that? Being out in public, for a lot of men, some men are chill with it, some men aren't. It all depends on the personality type. And he wants the fire by the lake, the gazing at the stars. Sounds to me like he's more than likely somebody who is rather introverted and not into being around a lot of people. He wants to get to know you and talk to you without prying ears or prying eyes.
10 beers, 20 minutes, and $30 later, I'm parking the beef bus in Tuna Town, if you know what I mean. Got the nailer back at her trailer.
But based on her personality type, she's the one that wants to be in control all the time, wear the pants in the relationship, and have him jump to everything she demands. So I'd say the guy dodged a bullet with the henpecker here.
It drives me mad when guys are like, I like natural girls. I like girls who wear no makeup. Boy, shut up. Because I know 99% of the girls that you're like, oh my gosh, they're so natural, are wearing literally a full face of makeup, okay? For example, Livy Dunn, you guys love her. She wears no makeup. Okay. Sadie McKenna, makeup. They're gorgeous girls, don't get me wrong. But they wear makeup, okay? Wearing natural makeup, I get. You guys like natural makeup. You do not like no makeup.
Again, with the hand pecking, and then she tries to tell you what you like and what you don't like. No, you like natural makeup. No. Check this little clip out and look at the girl's face and tell me, do you think she's wearing any makeup at all?
I just got hit on so aggressively in a Walgreens wearing this outfit, which is just astonishing, because it's just that sometimes I work so hard to look so good and no one bats a freaking eye, and then I leave the house in a stained shirt. I just feel like when I get hit on the most is when I'm the ugliest. It's crazy. Like, hit on me while I'm holding my vaginal probiotic blend. Like, yeah.
I don't care what you guys say. Nobody really looks better without makeup. Makeup is there to enhance your features, okay? So when you guys say, oh, I don't like
Again, I reference from Emily W. King the clip that I just stuck in. She got hit on hard, intensely, because she looked natural.
So when you guys say, oh, I like girls with no makeup, no, you don't. You like natural makeup looks. Natural makeup looks. Like right now, my face, I'm probably wearing more products than you would even think, okay?
And I mentioned this in a different video. All these chemicals that you're putting on your skin, that then you develop other problems. Oily skin, dry skin, acne, whatever. And then you have to buy another product to compensate for that. It's merchandising. Spaceballs the lunchbox. Spaceballs the flamethrower. Spaceballs the makeup kit. And you buy into it wholeheartedly.
So even though it might not look like I'm wearing a actual full face, I am. So when you guys are like, oh my gosh, natural girls.
Lady, looking at your face, I've got to ask, did you start with a trowel and work up to an airbrush? Or what? Seriously, it's not hard to tell that you're a Bondo buggy.
No. Natural makeup, yeah.
Notice the point with the finger. That's another form of that pecking. Avoid a woman that does this kind of thing. And if you ever happen to hook up with this girl on Hinge, Tinder, or whatever dating app, or run into her on the street, run. Because she's going to want to control you, own you, demand you spend all kinds of money on her at fancy dinners and, her hair, her nails, her serums, her whatever, her plastic surgery, her Botox, whatever these chippies get that makes them all the more fake. And part of the reason why men are more into the natural girl. Kind of like the hippie chick, only without the astrology and crystals and all that shit stuff. Just the hair and no makeup. Hair.
You need to learn how to make men nervous around you. Outsmart these men. This is how you're going to make them nervous around you. You gotta get out of this mindset that you need to perform for him, that you need to prove yourself to him. He needs to prove himself to you. First thing you need to understand is having an aura that you are not to be messed with, that you have boundaries that they need to follow, okay? So if he did not call you at a certain time, you don't call him at all. You literally make it clear to him that you went and did something else because you're not waiting around for him.
If you make a man nervous, he's going to scoot. That's all I'm saying. And chances are when you act like you do, again, she's a pecker. She does that hand pecking thing. She's a hen. If you make a man uncomfortable, because your chances are you're not making him nervous, unless, you're acting like a psycho killer. Psycho killer. You're just making him uncomfortable. And if you make the man uncomfortable, well, you're not going to get a repeat date. You can invest in cat food and a cat. For someone like you, definitely a Seal Point Siamese. Because they don't really require as much attention as, say, a nice Persian type of cat. A gray Persian, they're the kinds that'll come up to you and want some loving once in a while. So, chick, you might want to consider what type of cat to get.
You are not to be messed with, that you have boundaries that they need to follow, okay? So if he did not call you at a certain time, you don't call him at all. You literally make it clear to him that you went and did something else because you're not waiting around for him, okay? That's gonna make him feel a little nervous around you. Like, he's gonna know that he needs to act right in order for you to give him attention.
No, if he has to conform to you, that's telling him that this relationship is off to a bad start right from the get-go. It's actually you who needs to conform to him if you want to get the marriage. Because if you're demanding that much straight out of the hole to begin with, he knows he's going to end up most likely divorced from you, because the second you get bored, you're going to head someplace else. And yeah, you're going to be demanding and he's never going to get his way, and it's indicative of a woman that's going to leave you with a bad taste in your mouth, a lot of cold interactions, and a lot of this way you act up to get your way. A lot of head games, a lot of word games, and men are fed up with that kind of stuff. So yeah, you do have to perform for him, because if you don't, well, he's going to walk away, sister. Because men are wising up, men have had enough, and it's the women like you that are complaining, why aren't men approaching? Well, I'll tell you why men aren't approaching. Because a lot of people are talking about how women act and things to watch for, like what I'm doing with my hands. And then there's the key phrases like, well, like what you just said, he has to go to your demands. Not happening. Not this little fuzzy chit dude.
Number 2, you need to be so sure of the personality that you bring to the occasion. Have fun with the dynamic with him. Stop thinking so much about what he thinks of you, okay? You should be thinking about what you think of him. If you're so sure in your personality and what you bring to the entire...
Notice the entirety of the time that she's talking, it's all self-focused. She's operating under the me first, myself second, and anything else I'll take it. It's always me, 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 me. What, you know, what is she going to get out of it? How she projects herself? It's all about her. And that's a definite red flag, because that's not going to change once you get into a relationship. It's going to be all about her, and you're not going to matter. Run.
environment, you're gonna just have fun with the dynamic. You're gonna like joke around with him, kind of surprise him with the funny quirks and the funny things that you're saying to him. Throw him off guard. Just be that cool, calm, and collected girl, because what is he? He's just a man. So have fun with the dynamic. You don't need to feel so nervous around him. He's no one to perform for. Be so sure in your personality, what you offer. He's gonna feel really intimidated by that, because he's so used to women probably just like sitting there and overthinking, thinking about their hair, thinking about how they look, when in reality, you don't give a fuck. You know you look good, and you know what you bring to the freaking occasion. You're a fun time. When he sees that about you...
Wow. No, men have been through this a lot. We see this, and yeah, we don't want anything to do with it, because we've been fed this line of bull and we've had enough. We've dealt with the boss babes, the strong independent women, and the women that don't need no man. So we'd like to go back to the time where you're worrying about your hair and trying to be pretty presentable, be friendly and fit and, you know, nurturing and caring. Because what a man wants in life, sweetie, is a woman who's going to bring serenity to the home.
いいですもう探すすいませんいいです大丈夫です
When he comes home, it's not going to be instant confrontation. With you, it's going to be instant confrontation right away. So again, think about that seal point Siamese.
When he sees that about you, I'm telling you, it makes them very nervous. You've got to start doing that. Last but not least, number 3, you need to sit back. Just sit back, relax, and ask him questions, okay? When he doesn't know much about you, that's going to get very intriguing for him. Ask him genuine questions, you know? He's going to feel very intimidated by you even knowing what to ask, how to present yourself, and the questions you're asking is going to just be coming across.
Intimidated? Annoyed? Yes. Feel like you're hiding a lot of stuff? Oh yeah. I mean, you expect the man to tell you about himself, but you're going to be all mysterious, vague, and answer his question with a question? The wall is waiting for you, because babe, you're going to be single.
I'm sober.